TIL South Africa is the first and only country in the world to build and then voluntarily dismantle their nuclear weapons. They just got the memo about the secret cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 5 being unlocked. I'm sure the rest of the world will follow suit shortly. The enriched uranium is still held at a secure location in Pretoria, but there's absolutely no interest in rebuilding them. They were necessary as a deterrent against the USSR, they're not necessary anymore. The apartheid government didn't trust the new government with nukes, and in retrospect, that was a good call. SA isn't a warmongering state. I doubt the ANC government would use them, but they would very likely either sell them, or neglect them. Both could have catastrophic consequences. After the dissolution of the USSR, Ukraine held about a third of the nuclear armament of the former Soviet Union. They never officially were in control of them, it was the Commonwealth of Independent States, but in 1994 they agreed to destroy the arsenal. I'm not in favor of nuclear proliferation, but those weapons would have been a massive deterrent against a Russian invasion and annexation of Crimea. I remember watching the Evening News where they reported a nuclear explosion in South Africa. That was the only time I heard it. After that, nothing. Much later I heard that Israel helped South Africa to develop a nuclear bomb. In this case, any truth to this rumor? Gotta thank Venom Snake for that one. Isn't it widely known that the reason for the voluntary dismantling of nuclear weapons in South Africa was because the apartheid government didn't trust sub-Saharan Africans with nukes? Now they just threaten to send Yolandi. This sets them apart from the rest. They disabled them after Mandela came to power. The white people didn't want the new mostly black executive government to have nuclear weapons. Well, Ukraine helped build the Soviet Union's nukes, and then took control of many of them after the Cold War. They gave them all to Russia shortly after, though, after Russia promised it would never invade them. Yeah, they actually bought that. Didn't they flog them to Israel because they didn't trust the incoming ANC government? Canada helped build the first bomb and gave up nuclear weapons in the 80s. Prob saw that District 9 movie. Lecker. And I lost all my guns in a boating accident. Couldn't let the Blacks get their hands on nukes/s. Not the only one. Ukraine also dismantled its nuclear arsenal in the 90s. https://www. RFERL. org/a/ the destruction of Ukraine's nuclear arsenal /296999706. HTML. Basically, SA said we like nukes when whites are in power, but if we are not in power we are going to get rid of them. A lot of my school teachers were South African. They are good peoples. Ukraine had nuclear weapons and gave them up in exchange for Russia signing a mutual protection treaty. Now Russia has a new warm port and a new vacation destination. Also Libya as well in 2003. https://en. Wikipedia, org/wiki/libya_an_weapons_of_mass_destruction, BPROV equals 51. Canada. Canada has not officially maintained and possessed weapons of mass destruction since 1984 and, as of 1998, has signed treaties repudiating possession of them. Canada ratified the Geneva Protocol in 1930 and the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in 1970, but still sanctions contributions to American military programs. https://en. Wikipedia, org/wiki/Canada_an_weapons_of_mass_destruction. Isn't that where those great white sharks jump out of the water to eat things? Why in the world would you get rid of your nuclear warheads? They only dismantled their weapons because black people were gaining power. A very responsible move on the part of the last apartheid government. ZA is heading down the Zimbabwe path and it will not end well. SA had nukes? Holy fuck. Or did they? Israel shuffles papers nervously. Be thankful for that. They just didn't want the new black government to have them. This is known, back when the leadership had some brains, not a lot, but at least more than the current ones. The Dutch were not going to leave nuclear weapons in the hands of the black majority, and looking at how they are handling the country, it was probably for the better. Yup, definitely didn't want nuclear weapons in the hands of the terrorist ANC organization. And now they can't organize running water. How things change. And it has highest level of rape cases per year. Girls under age of 12 are more likely to get raped. I believe the apartheid government dismantled them so the next, black, government would have any. Thank God. This is a good thing. That's some big dick energy right there. Why would you build them then, not even try to stop them being disassembled? To let the world know that we can. Funny how the nukes were made as a deterrent against the USSR, but now South Africa is in a trading pact, BRICS, with Russia, and Brazil, India, China. TIL South Africa, was it a South African team who built them, or was it Uncle Sam? As noble as it sounds, remember that it was because they were afraid of the post-apartheid government with black people in charge having access to nukes and using them against the white population of South Africa. Not 100% accurate. There's a ton of evidence that Israel was involved directly in the project as well, which culminated in the first test of the joint SA and Israeli bomb in the Indian Ocean in 1979. Another benefit of being under the U.S. military's protection, you can make national virtue signals like disarming. I saw that episode of Strike Back, too. Because a black government was about to take over. They were forced to. Didn't they help Israel detonate their own secret bomb supposedly after they dismantled/abandoned their own program? Follow South Africa's example. No, not that one, this one. Wow, so MGSV wasn't that far off. Smart enough to know nukes are a horrible idea. Not smart enough to know racism isn't the same, until 1991. They got the MGS5 cutscene super early. Dudes was playing Phantom Pain the whole time, trying to get that cutscene. They were going for the MGS5 Platinum Trophy. Hi from South Africa. Huh, TIL 2. I guess it's not all bad here. They did it for the trophy, huh. Me too. Too bad somebody swiped my nukes before I could dismantle them, straight. Reminds me of the riddle/game theory problem of a trual, three-way duel. There are multiple variations of the same problem, https://www. popularmechanics.com/science/math/a24727/riddle of the week 11/, but the general idea is that. Spoiler in case you want to think through the riddle. If you don't want to get shot, disarm yourself first to encourage the next guy to shoot the other dude. In this case in a nuclear war, the first targets are going to be the other dudes with nukes. I know one of the guys who worked on the rocket design as part of this program. His comments were something like, building those nuclear weapons was one of the most satisfying parts of my life. It was stimulating and we felt like we were doing work for the good of the country. Dismantling them years later was a relief. We had all grown up a great deal by then. He then went on to advise on rocket design for the Israelis. Hey guys. Good news, we're leaving. Looks around. You don't want these, right? Right. I mean, we all know the only reason they actually built nukes was as a form of deterrence after a mercenary group in the Caribbean built a Metal Gear. Weren't they the dirtiest nukes possible? Cobalt bombs or something. Okay, but let's not assume this was a Kumbaya moment. This happened when the white leaders, who had built the program as a tactical deterrent, not a strategic one, meaning to use regionally to keep black Africans in line, not to use against other states, saw the writing on the wall with the rise of the black leadership of the ANC. SA's nuclear program was dismantled, not because nukes were bad, but because SA whites were terrified of SA blacks with nukes. Canada can simultaneously claim to have given up its nuclear weapons and to have never developed nuclear weapons in the first place. Let's not pretend it was through the good nature of their hearts. They just didn't want black people to have the nukes.